What they said.
Coming up on today's show, Naomi shares what she and Mr. Naomi KO will be up to this coming Christmas in Naomi's Wifey Lifey.
In Lou's dating diary, Lou brings on an extra special guest who seems to know her a lot better than she actually knows herself.
We bring on the lads in Question of the Week.
In Star-Crossed Lovers, we've got a special guest, a tarot card reader, to tell us what's happening with Lou in her dating life in 2024.
In Perfect Match, we bring back one of our favourite couples to let us know what happens after. All that and more in today's show. Hey Naomi.
Hey Lou, all the way from Japan.
I know, look at you, so lucky. I'm living vicariously through you.
Well, I'm over here on a special family trip and being committed like we always are. We're doing our pre-Christmas special.
And we're doing it online. So yeah, so some of it's going to be online and some of it is obviously in the studio. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We've got a crazy jam-packed episode for you. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, grab some wine, grab some sake.
Let's get ready to rock and roll.
Wifey Lifey.
About in this week's episode?
Well, in typical Naomi fashion, I like to do everything at 1,000 speed. This year, I'm in charge of Christmas dinner, and we actually come back from Japan on Christmas Eve, so I'm slightly in a bit of a panic.
Oh, you know what? Look, I love cooking a turkey. I said Naomi my turkey recipe, and I'm like, Naomi, you've got to do it this way, and everyone will love you.
Yep.
You'll be like, oh my God, this turkey's as good as my mum. Seriously, it will be a hit.
So I've ordered the turkey and I've ordered the pork that we can, do it for Christmas Day. And my mum's picking it up for me on Christmas Eve and popping it in my fridge. And then I'll be back Christmas Eve evening and I will be marinating the turkey or brining the turkey.
Definitely brine the turkey. Try and do it on Christmas Eve and you'll be grand. Is this your first Christmas with Mr. Naomi KO or like first big one? Or?
Oh, it's actually our second one. We had, we sort of like gave him the baptism of fire last year. So we had our first Christmas last year. For our Christmas, we normally do Christmas dinner in my family. So that's, to fit in with all the in-laws and other family members so that they go and have Christmas lunch elsewhere. And then we always meet to have Christmas dinner. And this year, we're actually doing a special orphan Christmas for our Sydney friends as well.
Because as you all know, I'm single and sad, right? So it would be great to hang out with friends and stuff on Christmas Day. So if anyone is stuck for Christmas, jump on Sydney Friends or the What They Said Facebook group and check out the details on and come and join us on Christmas Day.
Yeah, come join us and say hello. The only thing that you have to do is bring a plate of food and a little present worth about $10 for Secret Santa.
What we usually do as a tradition in our household, and I still do it with one of my numerous exes, with my son's dad, is that we do a crap Christmas present.
Oh, I love that.
It's the shittiest Christmas present you can think of, right? Some of the highlights that I've had for me was a free calendar from a Chinese takeout from like 3 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
So it wasn't even this year. It wasn't even it was literally from 3 years ago and it was just hilarious. So there's an idea for you guys. I mean, it doesn't have to cost anything. It's like literally.
Oh, I love that. We should start that tradition as well. The other thing, you probably could give them a fridge magnet for an electrician from totally out of area.
That's a good one.
I know. Oh my God. Does he have a dog?
My ex?
Yeah. Like
I did that one year. I gave him like this cat book. And that's the key thing about this. It has to be useless. That is the spirit and the gist of it. So
I love that. Maybe that's something we can work towards next year for our orphan Christmas next year with Sydney Friends.
Is there any other traditions that you're going to be doing?
Look, we normally send out a Christmas family shot, and we did that before Christmas. So we took a photo. I've gone up from having 3 kids to 5. We only had 4 of the kids in the photo, and I went from 1 dog to 4 dogs. So
The photo is good. It was so good. I was like, man, this is goals right here.
So every child had a dog that they were with. So, yeah, we've got equal number of dogs and equal number of children in our Christmas photos this year. I always do a Christmas photo send-off. You always do a turkey meal. We don't always do turkey meals. Sometimes we have special themes. This year we've gone back to the turkey because we haven't had turkey for a while. But
because last year we went camping, which was lovely. It was different.
Yep.
But I miss not cooking a turkey.
Yep. So you like cooking the big bird.
I love cooking the big bird. I love that tradition. I think it was nice not having to, but I still cooked, if that makes sense. And we had a barbecue and stuff, right? And it was hot. It was super hot.
Yeah. Have you ever done a good roast pork?
Oh yeah, a nice porchetta with a crispy.
Nice.
I've done that.
I'm not good at with the.
I usually do a honey glazed ham as well.
Oh, honey glazed. There's lots of protein at your place on Christmas Day.
Lots of protein, and I also usually do 2 different types of potatoes as well. I'll just go all in. And this year, I might do a ham for the orphan Christmas or whatever.
Yep.
Because I do love having the turkey and stuff, because that lasts weeks. I can make soup. I'll make soups and.
You make soup. Now we've got to find other ingredients for your turkey soup.
Yeah, no, I make an awesome turkey chowder soup. Right? It's a recipe that I got when I used to live in Canada.
Oh, nice. You're going to have to share that.
Yeah, they do Thanksgiving and stuff over there, and I make it all the time. So it's just amazing. Yeah. So look, I am looking forward to Christmas. It's a different one this year for me, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting and fun.
Yes. We've got a cast of thousands.
Wow.
So I'm going to be quite busy on Christmas Day, especially coming back from Japan on Christmas Eve. So let's see how we go.
Rather you than me, Naomi.
Lou's Dating Diary.
This week we've got a special guest, an extra special guest.
Extra emphasis on the extra.
So we often hear Lou talk about her ex and her ex-ex and her ex-ex-ex. No, I'm only joking. But what?
No, it's true though.
But we refer to this one as your most recent Mr. X. So did you want to introduce him, Lou?
Yeah, so I thought it'd be interesting to give you a bit of a snapshot in my life, and also because it goes to show that you can be good friends with your exes. As I've alluded to in the past, I'm pretty in good terms with all my exes. Yep. And I think it's important to share that, especially during the Christmas period, etc., because everyone has a story with their ex, whether it's bad, good, or what have you. So I wanted to have a positive spin here. And not only that, he can also shame me up. So without further ado, I am going to welcome Jason.
Woohoo!
Crazy chicks.
Thanks, Jason.
Jason. And sometimes I will call him Jay. Because that's what I usually call him, and sometimes he will call me Lou or Lulu. So if you guys get confused about that, that's we're not talking about
it's one of Lou's many personalities.
Just no babe anymore. That's about the only thing that's changed.
Exactly. But so I thought it'd be interesting to bring him on. So Jay, tell him something cool and interesting about me.
What can I say that hasn't already been said? Well, I can tell you, we caught up last night.
I even offered him a place to stay, and I said to the couch.
Yeah, it was iconic. But we stayed up too late, having vino, playing music, playing the guitar, singing, annoying the neighbours. It was good fun. So I guess what I'm saying there is we were doing exactly what we used to do to really enjoy each other's company, and kind of no strings attached.
Yeah, exactly. But when he says that no strings attached, nothing happened, people.
There was actually no strings, because Lou and I were chatting at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, see?
And she's like, I'm sleeping on the couch.
And
I didn't ask her to sleep on the couch. I was going to sleep in the car. I don't really care. But
no, I'm nice like that, because look, Jay drove 7,000 hours yesterday from Macquarie to Northern Beaches, then to Picton to do this skydiving thing, only to find out it got cancelled.
Cancelled it on.
So he had hardly any sleep, and I just figured, you know what, he has to drive all the way back today. So I said, look, I don't want that on my head that he, crashes the car or whatever. So I said, look, you get some sleep. It's fine. I'm working from home tomorrow. It's cool.
So kind of you, Lou.
I know. See, not material people.
Thing though, that when Louise and I met, or Lulu and I met, I noticed how close she was with, her father of her child. And I really respected that. For me, having had some difficulties with my ex-partners and just trying to keep adult conversation going and staying relevant in the lives of my children, to see someone who was, that close and, in good terms, in fact, best mates with her ex-partner, made me feel a lot more comfortable that no matter how things progressed with us, we would still be friends, because I really liked her as an individual. And I just, I felt like I'd seen things not go so well. And I thought, well, we were together how long?
Nearly 5 years.
5 years, a long time. Right.
Yeah.
And circumstances is that I live in a different place now, for lots of different reasons. But it's true. We ended up
best friends,
exactly where I thought we would be, which is still, being idiots, playing music too late, probably doing a little bit much wine, and having a laugh, and that's really valuable to me.
And the cool thing is, I think I said this in some other episodes, is that I usually would call either my son's dad or Jay for advice and stuff, don't I?
We talked about that too, and Jay's been giving us feedback on our podcast as well. So
I must say it was a bit interesting at first when I heard you guys were doing this, because I'm like, you're talking about your dating life. I'm like, hang on.
Does that include me?
Yes. It's like me looking at your Tinder profile or whatever. I'm like, and then I started to listen to it, and I'm like, this is actually really good fun. And having done a few podcasts myself in the past, I was like, wow, good on you. And all I'd wanted to do was support her and you guys, because,
yeah, it was funny.
Get out there, have fun.
Yeah, because at first he was like, "Don't talk about us, though." And look at
today he's on the show.
But I don't see, it's all been complimentary, because it has been, it's friends. It's like it's great.
So Jay,
yes.
So you've spoken about what you really love about Lou. Can we get some dirt on Lou? What are some of the things that we think? Oh,
You can be on Lou.
Oh wow!
I'm booking.
Well,
she kicks in her sleep or something like that.
That's him, right? Oh,
okay, yeah, I did. I actually kicked her pretty hard.
No, there was one night he actually punched me in the face, and he was doing that double black belt in Taekwondo. In sleep.
I was in a Chuck Norris movie or something. I don't know. But.
And he went to think, and I was like, ping. Yeah, seriously, it was just like, wow.
Well, look, so you really wanted.
Let's have the dirt. Let's have the dirt.
Because look, I'm not OCD, right? I've got a little bit of I'm a little bit house proud, whatever. And one of the first things I noticed, I was like, you gave a shower. I think when we first met, right? So, and then I look for a towel, and they're all like, I don't even know if I'm going to get wetter using this towel. And so I'd look around for another towel, and there'd be like maybe one in the dryer still, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to sort these towels out for you, because I'd be folding it. I think I folded those towels. By the way, I'm going to finish the story in a second, but I started folding them neatly, just so they dried, and then I explained. I said, I really think it's a good idea to fold them. And anyway, guess what? I had a shower last night. I looked at the towels hanging up, and they're folded perfectly in half, fully drying, and I'm like, progress, Lou.
I have learned stuff. Stop living like a student. So that was one thing.
Yeah.
I used to live like a student. I technically still do. I'm like 45 going on 17. Right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I mean, those little things were kind of like, they actually are kind of part of your personality, right?
Yeah, it's quirky.
But I was like, for me, I was just like, I'm like, well, I guess I've got a little, I didn't realize I was so anal, actually. Can I stand up for Geminis here too? I've been hearing all the bad raps that you guys give us. It's good to have two sides to your personality, maybe. Yin and the yang.
But they are very clean. And, very clean.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Very clean people.
That's hilarious. Okay, so now that we've sort of like touched on Lou, how about her ideal man? Now, if you were to sort of like line up line up a couple of guys. What are top 5 things that Lou looks for? But she hasn't really revealed to us, but you sort of like notice that there's a trend.
So basically, like all my exes now want to vet all the guys.
5. Okay, let me dig deep here. Firstly, I think they have to be funny, right? Like, have to have a quick wit, a joie de vivre, you know, and be able to sort of bring that energy. I think Lou really thrives on banter, and she's got a great laugh, which you can hear. And then that's quickly followed by intelligence, because to have a really good sense of humor, you've got to have a level of intelligence to
totally agree with you.
To sort of play, you know, with things, but not fall off the rails and say something that might be a little bit too, you know.
Is it a look, a physical trait that she looks for?
That's where I'm kind of heading to.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I think hair is important.
Yeah. Hair everywhere?
No, hair on the head.
Okay, yep.
Not much hair elsewhere. Well, you know, let's be honest.
Well-groomed, is that what we're trying to say?
Well manscaped, definitely a bit of a mop on top, and that obviously gets increasingly difficult as you start reaching the other. I think also a decent physical shape, but I think that's true for most people who are looking for a prospective partner. You know, you want someone who, you know, takes care of themselves a little bit, someone who's got a little bit of discipline in their life. And outside of that, musical. I think the other thing that really we connected on was to have someone to talk to about a track that came out in the 70s, or a song lyric from the 80s, or an experience in the 90s. And I think you realize as you get on in age that to actually be able to reflect back and to have those common experiences and memories and sounds and emotions, huge amount of value in that. And having also had a relationship with a younger woman in years gone by, I really noticed that gap. It wasn't like I like to introduce things to her, but I couldn't share experiences when this song came out, or when this dance anthem or whatever. And so we would be boogieing around to a track that we both hadn't heard for 20 years. And
we love it. Yeah.
And I think definitely, and by the way, I don't know if you know, you probably do, but listeners may not, but Lou's a great singer. I'm a hacker on the guitar, so between my hacking...
Oh, he plays the guitar really well.
And then her singing, and then I'd sneak in a little harmony, just to sort of hide my croaky voice in the background. But, I mean, every time we record, listen back, it was always like, oh my God, this woman's got pipes.
We might have to do a Christmas song special, Lou.
This Christmas song.
So apply below in the link if you check all these boxes.
Let me summarize this ideal man for Lou. We need a intelligent man with a great sense of humor who has hair, looks after himself, could be a serial killer who loves playing music.
In a nutshell, yeah, but like the serial killer thing,
maybe we can leave that off the list.
Question of the week.
Welcome to the show, Andrew, John, and Anthony.
Hello. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
The deeper voices are the men.
Well, look, we're so glad that you guys can all make it here in our new studio in Woolloomooloo. But look, we're going to be discussing a couple of topics, what we have said, and now we want to know what you have said.
Or what he says.
Oh, what he said, I guess.
That's dangerous.
Okay, so let's kick it off with something really easy. So, why is dating over your 40s so damn hard?
That's an easy question, isn't it? And I'm not sure there's easy answers for that either. But I think by the time you get to your 40s, you're pretty set in your ways. I think you know what you want. And finding that in a counterpoint is pretty difficult by the time you hit your 40s.
I like the old saying, if you can't add to silence, don't speak. And it's kind of like if you've got your life together, unless somebody can add to it, it's like, well, there's no real point. But I guess what I find has probably made it a bit more challenging. It's like this, you've got this buffet table.
Yep.
And it's like choice overload.
Lots of meat.
Yeah. And there's it's almost like you can make a selection, but if you move on, you can't go back, right? And there's people who are just going, maybe I can do better.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do better.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do better. And they get to the end of the table, go, oh, maybe I should have just
Started at the beginning
or
again.
just taking something a bit an option earlier.
Could have taken a nibble along the way.
So
Yeah.
the glass may potentially be greener, syndrome type thing, or
Well, I think when you go out in person, you're limited by how many people you can see in one given night, right? Whereas on an app, you're just going it's just
Who says
overload.
this?
It
Yeah.
is. We did say this in our previous episodes that it's the most efficient way of meeting people is to do it on online apps. Anthony, you're
Can I
really
too?
single.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, these online apps are useless.
Amen. Amen. I've got to agree with him. I'm sorry.
We're in an age where we grew up meeting people at a bar,
Yep.
meeting face to face. You get to
Yeah.
see who they are,
Yeah.
and you actually have a conversation. This whole app thing that you send a message and you're going, oh shit, what did I say? Or what can I say?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Great.
It's about making the effort, right? There's hardly any kind of effort when it comes to the swiping left and right and just going hey or hey sexy.
And
it's
you
just,
wonder how often they do cut and paste messages.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to use and repeat, right?
Yeah.
If you've got a line that's worked the first time, just keep throwing that out there.
Hey, I had to Google what to say.
well, chat GBT. Is that what you guys use?
Yeah, but I think one positive is you can get a feel
Yep.
for someone, and then I think if you're both mature enough, you just go beyond the endless texting and say, hey, do you want to organise a phone call or let's meet, rather than the endless pen pal type stuff.
Yeah. And being on apps, what attracts you to a woman?
The problem with dating apps is it's all a very physical thing, isn't it? So I've always found that when you put your age and your eye colour and your height and stuff, and women automatically will just rule you out because of your height or
Yeah,
because of
they filter
physical
you.
things. So that's what they are. When you look at the photos, you're looking at something very physical. It doesn't sort of give you a true, who that person is or what they're like. So I think when you look at an app, it's very, very physical. Short-sighted.
Yeah, no, I
Fun.
agree. It is.
But do you think, though, I mean, you obviously have a type, and I guess...
No, you don't need a type.
Andrew's
don't
shade.
limit
Anything that
yourself with
breathes.
types.
like, or walks, but like
Not
surely...
a physical type, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, surely there's some people that have a physical type. I mean, I'll put my hands up, I have a physical type.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. So you do have, I think we said this in one of
Yep.
our episodes before, right?
I think everybody does have a type.
Yeah, I think, and if you're going to, we said this in the last episode, if you're going to advertise that you're 6 foot and, you turn up and you're 5'4", and I think there's an issue, right? I don't think it's the fact that it's the physicality, it's you saying that you're...
Yeah, it has to be a true representation of your actual physical self. So we do get a lot, for women anyway, we do get a lot of, when we are on apps, we do get a lot of men who show photos of them, maybe 10 years ago.
20.
Oh, don't worry, women as well.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
we
yeah.
find that a lot of women are actually lying about their age, but also about their name and who they are, and as well.
So
Like,
it is.
why lie?
Yeah.
You're going to get found out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it happens. It happens on both sides of the fence, it appears.
And just moving on from that, what have been some of your red and green flags that you've seen on the sites?
on a dating app or
Dating
once
app.
you're actually in it?
Even on the first date, like, any.
Neediness. Talking from experience.
Here's a
As
story.
we all
There's
do.
a story
Here's
here.
a story. I think it's the expectation that, you sort of just going at it as a casual date, and then all of a sudden, they're ordering up $50 glasses of wine,
Oh.
haven't done that.
I haven't
ordering.
done that.
I'm going to go on a date with you.
Everybody.
Well, they're looking at wedding dresses and hats and
Yeah,
things.
pretty much. And they're already expecting that you're going to have a relationship. And I was like, hi,
Yeah.
what was your name
Farm
again?
your farm.
Yeah.
I've spoken to men who've actually said that there is an expectation that men pay all the dates, that they plan all the dates.
You're judged on that as well. I think
Of
because
course
you get told, well, what would we do on a first date? It's part of the test, and I get that. Like it's nice to do something nice, but you were saying that you're on a date later this afternoon, and it was like, well, what are you going to do? You're going to go for a walk, but it rains. Do you take it to the pub, get it drunk? Like what's
Or maybe go 10-pin bowling.
Yeah, or temping bowling. Yeah, one or the other, something like that. But you'll be judged on what you choose, because if you did choose to go to the the pub or you're trying to get a drunk. So
Yeah, but it's two of you. I mean, it should be like a mutual thing,
No,
right?
100%.
I mean,
Be an agreement.
it should be an
Adults, yeah.
It
agreement.
is going to be a.
We're not
mutually-
17.
Yeah, I mean, we're adults.
Yeah, one red flag for me is if a woman doesn't seem to have balance in her life, so she's putting all her eggs in this one basket and looking.
Date a Libran.
Okay, I'll make a mental note of that.
They're awesome.
How many people are there in the world? 7.8 billion divided by 12. Okay, all right, got it.
You've got pretty good stats there. Yeah. Divided by 12, divided by 2.
It's about 600 million odd million, so hopefully they're all the same. But I look for like a green flag on the opposite of that is a woman who seems to have really great friendships. She loves her work.
Yeah.
She looks after herself physically, mentally, and that you're just a piece of the puzzle. You're not the whole thing.
Yep.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And I think, because we've said this before, you've got to be able to not only fit into my life, but you have to fit into their life as well, right? I mean, you and Mr. Naomi KO.
Yeah, that's right. We did talk about that, and it wasn't a Jerry Maguire thing where it's about you complete me, but it was.
Or you had me at hello.
Hello.
Or out, almost.
But it is about complementing what you've got to offer as well.
100%.
Totally agree.
How do you judge that though? And not judge, but how do you have that feeling where, okay, that woman has got her life together, or, she's not lying, it's not all lies.
I think, I've met a few people and there was an instant connection there, and it's just call it a sixth sense. And you do get that sort of reciprocation back when you're talking to someone, and they seem to be quite genuine. And I think you do have to go on some gut feeling about this whole thing as well, right?
Yeah. And I think with gut feeling, like intuition, mine has gotten clearer the more I was comfortable in my own skin and enjoying my life. I'm not needing anything. So I've got these 5 things in my head that I'm sensing for. I'm not judging. I'm just feeling for. And I know if this woman is in these 5 areas, like she's pretty strong in, I feel like she's got her life together and she's at peace. And
the 5.
I was interested to know. I want to know.
the first one is, does she genuinely love who she is unconditionally, doesn't want to be anybody else? If I get that sense, she's not needing you to fill that some sort of void.
Yep.
The second one, does she seem to not really respond or react to other people's opinions, thoughts about her? So she's really like water off a duck's back.
Yep. It's just that she's confident in herself.
That's right. The third one is, does she seem to not have many negative thoughts? Or she just allows them to come and go fairly quickly. The fourth one is how present she is. So she's she's mostly present. She's not waiting for the future to be happy. She's not thinking about the past. She can just be in the here and now. And the last one, she's not telling stories about how, things that happened in the past are stopping her from being what she wants to be. So she can see good and bad. She's learnt the lessons. She's moved on. She thanks life for those experiences, moves on. So those 5, I've just found when a woman is got those 5 together, she's in a really good place.
And that can be said about men as well, for women listening to it.
100%. Yeah, no, 100%.
I think another one to add is family morals. What I'm finding is there's a lot of women out there, even men, I should say, have had a pretty bad upbringing, which seems to be reflected onto that person. For me personally, family morals is number 1. They've got to have good family morals. And I can say that some of the women that I have met have been in a pretty bad upbringing, and it actually is reflected on their persona
and how they value their families.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Anything else to add? Andrew?
I thought points 4 and 5 on there were excellent. People that are living in the past too much, and they're putting that trauma, whether it be from really young or whether it's from previous relationships, where they pass that trauma on to you.
Well, I've often asked the question, like, imagine meeting someone who's scoring themselves 9 or 10 out of 10 for all those 5. And then try and imagine that they've got their life, like they're depressed or something. And everyone I've asked goes, no, I can't imagine a person like that being down or their life So
and we did talk about that in previous episodes, that dating is
about
when
doing
you're
the work.
Yeah, doing the work on yourself before grabbing onto someone else to make yourself happy.
Yeah, they can't do the work for you. You got to do it yourself, And
I think patience pays off. Like, I split with my ex 3 years ago, but during the whole COVID and homeschooling and all that, we stayed together, separate rooms, a couple of years. And I didn't even date. I didn't even think about it. And then it's been like another year or so. It's been about 3 years. And I think just focusing on me, the patience is paying off. I'm attracting people that I'm really enjoying speaking with and connecting with. Whereas I think if I jumped in too soon, I would have been on this roller coaster.
Yeah, agree. Totally agree.
Another big topic that we all had was, can men and women ever be just friends?
Andrew?
Yeah, look, I think they can. I think that you've got to have those ground rules set pretty early on about where you're going to sit. But I think they can. I've got some great female, some women in my life that I've been friends with for a long time. I think that, I think you know early on whether it's just going to be a friendship or whether it's going to be more than that. But there's probably been a couple of those that over the years, maybe when I was a bit younger, that crept from friendship into something a bit more. But
You got a friends
with benefits. We've got to thank beer and wine for something.
While it's rare for women, I think it can be done and it has been done. I know I've got a friend who, and again, it doesn't have to be someone you turn to with everything. It could be just you catch up with them once a month. And they're just someone who holds space, they listen, and you do the same for them. And I think that comes back to where the two individual people are. I don't think you can just say, yes or no, men and women can't. I know it's hard to be done because there's just that natural, I guess, chemical attraction with people. But I think if you're in a good place and you're both completely honest about what you want from the relationship, it can. Like I said, I think it's rare. But
I agree. Look, I've got plenty of female friends, and it's just a friendship. We could talk for hours on a phone and just that's it. There's nothing more, nothing to it.
And how do you feel when an ex is still good mates with their ex? I mean, do you feel threatened by it? Do you feel it's weird? Or, has it been on the other side of the coin where you've had an ex who was like, still into you or whatever, that sort of thing? And
I've got a 15-year-old son, and I'm very good friends with his mum. We sort of shared, raising our son together. We split up together. We split up when he was quite young, but we're really close. But there's nothing in it. I don't sort of see anything, with her, but other than our son. So, I think.
No, you've got a really good relationship with her.
But I think you have to when you've got kids. I think if you can, you've got to try and sort of nurture that relationship. But so I would trust someone. I sort of know what that means to me and how important that is for me and my son. So I'd like to think I could trust somebody else with their ex. Got to give them the benefit of the doubt on it at least.
Yep.
I would, similar. I've got an amicable, respectful relationship with my ex. There's, for the sake of the kids and everything. We also run a business together, stuff like that. But it's separating now. But look, I personally would not feel threatened because if they were that good together, they'd still be together. It's like, why would So, no, I personally wouldn't be threatened, and I know, someone I dated would know that whilst my ex and I are amicable, we're not best friends. If we were, we'd be together.
I'm still best friends with my exes, weirdly. Yeah, look, I know there's anomalies, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I know I'm an anomaly. I'm best friends with my son's dad, and I'm best friends with my most recent ex as well. And but I know I'm lucky, and it's also refreshing to hear from you guys as well that you wouldn't think it's weird or threatened or that somebody is still close.
We didn't ask this question yet. Did you ever go out with someone who felt threatened because you had a good female friendship?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I think women do feel more threatened by women. I don't know. Yeah, but I think if you've got a good friendship with a woman and you're dating someone and they go, how close are you? Naomi, we used to hang out a lot and message and things like that. And there's nothing in it. A great friendship. But people would say, you talk with Naomi
like
every
a hot
day.
rock. I'm feeling very threatened.
Busy. But people are threatened by close friendships with women.
But I think that's a reflection of their own self-worth.
Yeah,
I agree.
And so it all comes back to that first one I spoke about, which when a woman knows her worth, she shouldn't feel threatened by anyone because she's like, if this guy values me, wants to be with me, great. If not, keep moving. And sometimes I don't trust the woman more than it's about the guy. So it's like they think the woman's just playing friends, waiting for an opportunity. I think but that's a while ago now.
At the end of the day, if you're good within yourself, it should be down to that person, that common denominator in the middle, that should be giving that feelings of, you can trust me to the person that they're with and repelling that person, that ex who is still into them. For example, it's that common denominator in the middle that can mess it up for everyone, and both the ex and the current partner can be seen as the people who are fighting and stuff when it's really that one person could just stop it.
One thing I'll say on the dating apps is there are a lot of women with this like checklist. of the ideal man.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like he can cook. He loves the outdoors. It just goes on and on and on.
Double black belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah. All this stuff. All this stuff. And it reminded me of when I was working with a woman years ago, and I said to her, she had a checklist too of the guy she wanted to attract. I said, if you actually attracted him into your life, how would you feel? She never stopped to think about that, and she goes, "Oh, crap, I'd freak out." See, I think a lot of people know what they want to attract, but it's whether they could keep them.
Correct.
Yes.
And so you can only keep someone like that if you're bringing the same thing, the same sort of
that old saying, isn't it? Be careful what you wish for.
And do you actually want that though? I wouldn't. I'm not being. I just want someone who's just
You've
normal.
been on a couple of dates. You've been on a couple of dates where you thought, oh, hang on, I'm dating the male version of me.
Yeah, like I don't want to date the male version.
I
It's like I want someone a little bit different who can bring something, unique, and well, that's what keeps it fun and that push and pull and alive type thing, I reckon.
And I'm finding it's healthier to limit how much, like, see each other once a week. It doesn't have to be every day. I just think, like I said, it should be a piece of your life, not your centerpiece.
Well, especially now at our age as well, right? Like when you were 17, you want to spend every minute together. I think, over 40.
And we're all busy.
Yeah, we're all busy, right? We've got our own...
We've got friendships,
we've
got kids,
work, businesses, life.
I think it's about, and we're going to the last question now. I think it's about the expectations that we all have, and I think you do genuinely need to have that talk about the expectations that both of you want. I mean, when should we have that? Where
First date,
like
up front.
Oh, really?
Nah, just skip the talk. Don't worry about the details. You're going to break up at some point anyway. Let's not get into the details. Just enjoy it. Sometimes you can take things too seriously. Enjoy it. You know what? If you're still doing it 6 months later, you're having fun. Great. Like, don't go and ruin it when the minute it all gets all serious and stuff, that's when it's all ruined. You got to move on.
I'll go in between the two and say that,
that
I think, like for some people, it's important, and they even put it on their profile. I need to know, please be upfront about what you want from this, right?
Yep.
And I get that, and that's what they want, right? Mm-hmm. But I think in terms of expectation, like when I meet someone, I don't have an expectations of. I go there with an open mind, because if I go in there thinking, oh, is this the one? You don't present as yourself anyway. Like, so it's just relax, be yourself, and if you feel like there's a possibility, then you tell the person. Mm-hmm. But I don't think, like, as in, I
call it being an optimistic pessimist. Yeah. I'm optimistic, but the reality is that I know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Be optimistic about it on the way.
But I share your sentiment in that. Don't go with too many preconceived ideas, or don't even have expectations. Just be open. And if you feel like there's a possibility, then you have that conversation.
I want to touch on what Anthony said, though. So you were like, first thing. So we've got first thing. We've got Andrew, who's like, no, just let it go. And then you got John, who's somewhere in the middle. Why do you think, like, straight off the bat?
Anthony's pulling out a list at the moment. Step one, step two.
Look, I actually agree with John as well. Look, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. But I think there's going to be subtle hints in the first date to sort of understand, where they're at, where you're at, and really get to know that person, sort of taking it from there, if you know what I mean. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of women out there who expect a relationship straight away. I want to know that, because I'm not in for a relationship straight away. I just want to, let's go with the flow. Let's see if this actually works. So I think that's where I was sort of coming from, that, look, from the present moment, look, you got to live the present moment.
Just sort of like be clear with your intentions.
Up front, yeah. Don't say you want a long-term relationship when we want to shag,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So again, it's sort of a mixture between the three of us, right? But I think a little bit of clarity during your first date or the first conversation, you can pick up the signs, and you pick up the red flags.
Do you plan the second meeting during the first date? No. Never.
No.
Really? What? Okay, this is interesting. Okay,
that was interesting.
But this is, I want to know that.
Well, I'm going on a second date today, and like by the end of it, we'd already knew that we'd want to catch up again. So we didn't plan the date, but the intention was, let's do something like this again.
So you
need to step away. You need to step away from the excitement, and then just sort of like, because it can be exciting. You meet someone and they're nice looking and they're funny. You need to step away from that, have a bit of a reality check, and then then
But yeah, with I normally I'd say yeah, absolutely. But with this person, I spoke to her for like 3 hours over the phone, and then in between, after that first time, we spoke again, and then we organised something. It wasn't like we set anything in stone, but sometimes you just know when you know. Like it's someone you can have an easy conversation with, not necessarily. Are we going to be till death do us part? But
there's some you're sitting there and you're planning how you're getting out the door on the day. Right?
The house on fire.
Yeah, the house is on fire. Yeah, that's free for you guys to use. But thank you so much. Look, we learnt a lot, didn't we? Then
I know it's good to have the men on board.
I know. See,
to really understand what he really thinks.
Yeah, it's all about what he said.
Star-crossed lovers.
Here we are again for Star-Crossed Lovers, but this week it's a little bit different, isn't it, Naomi?
It is. One of our Sydney Friends members, Sylie, is a tarot card reader.
Yes, and medium and psychic as well.
Yes. So, Sylie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Naomi and Louise. Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm excited too.
I'm really excited for the next segment.
So we've invited you onto the show because then we'd like to have our readings.
So we're going to do either myself or Naomi first, and that will be shown on the you can listen in on the Christmas special, and then the part 2 will be on the New Year's Eve special.
Yes, so part 1. Shall we
just go for it? Who you want to do? Who do you feel is like?
I am going to actually do you first, Louise.
Blimey.
So just before I begin the reading, I just want to talk a little bit about what I do and how it works. So I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, if you want to follow my page, but I call myself Sylie Anya. That's my name and my higher self's name. And I do is I do energy reading, which is I will read your energy field using my clairsenses. That is, you must have heard of some of them, like clairsentience is inner knowing. Feeling, claircognizance as well, clairaudience, where I hear messages. So I will do that, and I will tell you what future you're attracting based on your current energy. And then if you also do not like the future you're attracting, there are tips I can give you for manifestation, for changing your energy, for getting into that right vibrational alignment where you can actually manifest the life you want. Yes, that's right.
So I'm glad she's doing you first.
Thanks. Yeah. No, because as you know, I'm quite spiritual. Obviously, we do that whole, star-crossed lovers thing. So it's really nice having it done for me.
Absolutely. I'm going to also say that both of you have incredibly strong energy. You're both very, beautiful in your feminine energy, but also you work hard, to achieve all your dreams. You have this boundless energy to achieve as well. So it's really beautiful, and it's a pleasure to read for both of you.
Oh, thank you. Oh. We've got some girl crush happening.
I know. I've got a massive girl crush. Oh, wow.
So thank you, Sylie. Let's get started.
Yes, let's. Okay, so I might be silent for a minute while I am actually drawing the cards and reading your energy, Louise. So
okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, I love that.
This is a first for us, to do it together.
Yeah, to do it together. Absolutely. I mean, look, I've done it for Sydney Friends. I have done readings, etc.
You've done it for me.
I've done it for you as well. But as I said, it's one thing doing it for, getting it done yourself as well. Because me and Sylie have spoken about this. Like I've said, I can, there's certain spiritual stuff that I can do and hear as well. So this is, for me, I completely believe in it. as everyone obviously knows.
I've had quite a few readings done as well from spiritual readers, I guess. And I've always been fascinated because I started off very skeptic. So I'm like, no, I'm not answering any questions. I'm not saying anything. And I've only listened, but some of the stuff that's come out, I'm just like, whoa, there's more out there.
There is, exactly. There's definitely something that goes, as I said, in my chats with Sylie, I've had some stuff happen to me, like in personal, and that's why I'm a believer.
Yes, because there's something beyond what your logical mind can perceive. There's energy beyond that, and that's where we all come from. So you can only feel it. You can't explain it with logic. You can only feel it. But I have everything ready for you.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, let's get ready to rock and roll.
So the message that I get is you are actually really complete in yourself. You are in this beautiful, again, I'm going to say feminine energy as well, because I feel like you do own being a woman. So I don't see any sort of blocks for you on that end that, where you're more in your masculine energy. So I feel like you are ready for love in your life. You're ready to welcome it. But at the same time, you're really fulfilled in yourself as well. You're really emotionally happy with where you are in life. Now you are looking for someone though, I feel like, because not from a place of need, but from a place of like, okay, I'm ready for this next chapter of my life. I'm ready to explore what is there, what love is, what that relationship would be like. We've got the Lovers here, which is a very, very, very strong card. But I am going to say that it is also you being closed off in your energy a little bit. So I feel whenever love does come into your life, you block it. And I think you do it subconsciously. I don't think you realize the way you do it, but you protect your energy a bit, and also that you friend zone the people that you connect with. And that's a big thing for you. I think that being a buddy or being friends with that person just takes over, because that's your natural way of life right now. You just move into that zone really naturally and quickly. So that is the reason why you're not able to take that relationship beyond maybe the first few dates or just getting to know that person, because you're not able to give it that romantic fluidity that you need to. And that again comes down to being in your feminine energy, because I feel a lot of the times you are there, but you're protecting that feminine energy when it comes to a masculine coming into your life. So that's really important for you to keep in mind when you're actually going out or meeting people. What's going to happen for you in the future? I feel like there's a lot of changes coming for you. You did say that you are psychic as well, and I do feel that you get messages from your could be your parents, could be someone older who you really trusted, or who was really wise, who really gave you a lot of information. And I feel they're going to keep guiding you. So keep that part of you open, keep that connection to spirit alive. I also feel you do not give into chemistry. So again, I'm going to go to the friend zone part. I feel like whenever you feel attracted to someone, you kind of shut it down, because you're safer in that friend zone. You're safer with your feelings and your emotions and your heart. And just you're more natural being a friend. And you can be quite a goofball, like I've seen you in action. But I think you use that as more like a defensive technique than in your relationships than you do in your friendships. I've got 2 twos here. So look, I again see this like a little bit of a push and pull in your energy, where you do want it, but then you hold back. You want it, and then you hold back, and then you double think, think about it off and on. But look, you've got a beautiful future ahead of you. You're going to do really well in your career. I have to say, in everything that your endeavors are, you're going to do really well. Like, you shine. I think you do that effortlessly. You just achieve things effortlessly. But we're talking about love. So when it comes to love, I think when you do balance that energy, we've got the 10 of Cups here, which is like, it's like happiness, commitment, fulfillment, and not just that fulfillment with the two of you. It's with the family. It's with your children. It's with anyone else that is a part of your family or your tribe. So I feel like you're attracting like absolutely a beautiful future ahead. Let that chemistry flow though. Let that give in to the man. Like, let him lead sometimes.
Let him lead, Louise.
Yeah, but the guys, I mean, they all lied though. Like, it's like... But no, there's a lot of that does resonate.
Yeah, that is truly amazing, because there's a lot of things that Louise shares with me. Yeah, and like even I can relate to those stories,
exactly. Yeah, I mean
that is amazing.
That's really cool. It gives me also validation and clarity as well, because. What you say is completely true. It's sometimes I am a bit of a goofball. I am a bit of a like, like laissez-faire, and sometimes it is a bit of a defense mechanism.
I have just pulled 3 last cards to see who is coming into your life. And what kind of a man is it? So it's going to be...
Shall we have a drum roll?
Yes, drum roll, please. So if men, you're listening and you feel like you resonate with this kind of a personality, go ahead and ask Louise out.
I totally agree, right?
Yes, 100%.
Most
just get in touch with her, DM her, call her. Don't stalk her.
Definitely message us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
I'm on a date with me. Yeah, no.
Oh my, that's an idea for one of our next
100%. And feel free to call me for a reading as well if you want to know how to approach her and how to get that energy rolling.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's going to be someone, I would say, probably could be an earth sign, so like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but don't go by the signs because it could be sun, moon, rising, but it's someone who's going to come in with a really like stable offer. So I feel it's not going to be someone who's just going to be there for a few dates and disappear. It's someone who you're going to get to know very slowly. It's going to be very calm and like a very peaceful kind of a relationship. So he's going to bring a lot of stability in your life is what I'm hearing. It's going to be someone who's also very much into self-development and very much into spirituality as well. So could be someone who also likes tradition. So he would want marriage, or he would want like a long-term relationship, not interested in just playing around or games. I also feel Aquarius is a relevant sign, but I do feel like once you do decide what you want in a man and you kind of fine tune that, you're going to get the kind of a man that you exactly want, because we've got the star here, which is a wish fulfillment card. So I feel once you have that clarity, and once again, I get the message that listen to your spirit guides, listen to those messages that you get from your parents or from the people that who communicate with you in the spiritual world. And you are like literally all of those boxes are going to be ticked.
Yay!
So that's an amazing new year to look forward to.
Very exciting. I know, right? That's awesome. Now, thank you so much, Sylie, for that.
It's my pleasure.
Perfect match.
Well, Naomi, don't we have a surprise in store for our listeners?
We do have a special surprise for our listeners today, Lou. And as you know, we've been doing a lot of our perfect match couples. And our listeners are really interested in seeing who have continued to see each other. And
I know, and online, virtually, because we didn't want to drag everyone back all the way to Bella Vista Hotel just to do this catch-up interview. But we've got Clay and Maya.
Hi. Hi.
Hey. Our episode 5 couple, and it feels like eons ago, doesn't it?
It feels we've known each other for a long time.
So I guess one of the things is what everyone is asking about some of our couples is, are you still seeing each other?
100% yes.
Yes. Oh my God, they're still seeing each other.
Perfect match.
Perfect match, definitely. We probably looking at hats and our first wedding.
Do you know, I'm looking at hats as we speak. Oh, look, I'm so happy. I mean, how did it all go after you left Bella Vista after that first date?
Well,
who made the first move?
I think we both did at the same time. It was a week later. It was about 2 weeks.
Awesome.
We ended up meeting again.
I can't remember, a week or two.
It was about a week or two. Yeah, she came to my place, and then, we went out, had something to eat, and then, we saw that there was something there. We were compatible, personality, likewise. Yeah, and then every week after that, we've been seeing each other. We talk every day.
That is so romantic. That is so romantic, isn't it? And yes, and for our listeners who don't have the visuals, Clay and Maya are actually sitting in the same room right now. So it makes us so excited to see them both together.
When I sent the link, we were like, Clay just sent his email, and I was like, oh, what about Maya? Oh, no, we're going to do it together. I was like,
it is really cute, isn't it?
Yeah, you've given me faith in dating.
As I said, like you and Naomi should open a dating site, because, you're a pretty good matching people. So.
Oh, thank you. See, look, anyone listening to this, because we're looking for more people in the new year.
Always looking for more people.
So if you're a single man or a single woman, now look, case in point, we've got proof.
We've got definitely proof that we can do it.
Exactly. Look, we've got people leaving reviews and everything. We've got a couple that I could buy a hat for, hopefully.
Yeah, I know.
So you met up with each other the one time after Bella Vista Hotel, and you've just been hanging out ever since.
Ever since, yeah, like we message each other, we'll talk on the phone, and each day that goes past, we'll talk more and more. Like we started off slowly, and then, like we talk, a few times a day now.
Yeah. Oh, they talk a few times.
Oh,
that's so cute. Yeah. So now that you're both been together for a little while, tell us a little bit more about what attracted you to each other.
Well, what I found is I loved her personality. She's very relaxed. She doesn't stress. It goes with, it is what it is. And, straight to the point. This is me, and there's nothing else to hide.
Yeah, and the conversation flows quite well too. Yeah. Which is, it's not awkward.
Yeah. It's not awkward. It's like we've known each other for a long time, but we've only met like 4 weeks ago.
that has gone really quick.
Look, it's a month anniversary already.
Yeah. So when you feel like that towards someone, you know that, yeah.
Awesome. That might be the one. That's so nice.
Oh, wow. He said the one.
No, and we are going to go away together.
We want to hear about it.
Holiday. I mean, is it a beach holiday or city holiday?
We're going to go for a few days to the Hunter Valley.
Oh, lovely.
Romantic getaway.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's lovely. I mean, because when we first interviewed you after the date, we saw that there was a lot of striking.
That is beautiful. So romantic.
Yeah, a lot of chemistry and a lot of things in common that you guys had already straight off the bat, which was lovely.
Most definitely. I think that's the thing that we noticed on the day as well when these guys were talking. There was a lot of unsaid chemistry. You could see the sparks flying off, but it wasn't, ripping your clothes off or anything like that, but you could tell that there was a definite connection.
No, thank you.
I'm really happy. I'm like stoked. See, there is something in there with... I think the star signs and also, asking your favourite vegetable. And
I can't remember.
Have you made a soup yet?
Funny.
With your vegetables.
Yours was something else. Some green leek or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
No, the soup's not good, That'll be made soon. So we're thinking, as a thank you for both of you, we want to take us out to lunch or dinner.
We're going to love that. We're going to have to take some photos as well.
More than happy. If you want to go between Christmas and New Year's, I'm happy to do that as well.
Oh, okay. Well, we definitely need to get back to you for some dates.
No, that'd be great.
Anywhere, I don't mind, because as long as we get to hang out with you guys, it's just lovely positivity and vibes, and I think it's just gorgeous. I think it's just lovely. So when are you going away to the Hunter? Are you going over Christmas or New Year or?
5th of January, 5th to the 7th.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. No, it's going to be beautiful weather and lots of wine. And what a perfect getaway.
And a little bit of romance. I know, right? So, Clay and Maya, for all our listeners out there who are a little bit apprehensive about writing their name down and filling in for our blind date, what advice can you give our listeners about participating in our blind date segment?
Don't be nervous. Take the challenge, and you never know who you're going to meet. Because it can happen to anyone, and just like us two, I never expected this to work out at all. And look where we are now. Like, your destiny is somewhere. You never know when it's going to, come at you.
And you got nothing to lose. So
you got nothing to lose.
What's the worst that can happen? You don't like each other, and that's it.
Yeah, you had a free date, and it was all and it was all paid for by Bella as well. So yeah, they got nothing to lose. And Maya, and from a female standpoint as well, because I know that it was a bit daunting as well for you, and luckily all the stars aligned, and obviously your mum babysat that day.
Yes, that's right.
To make it happen. So thanks, Mum.
Thank you, Mum. Yes, most definitely.
Like I said, you got nothing to lose, so you may as well try. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and it's a lot better than a dating site. And you're not out there on your own. You guys are there as well, so that makes it a little bit more comfortable.
It makes it quite safe as well, because sometimes when you do go out on these blind dates, you don't know who you're meeting and what have you. I mean, usually when I was going out, I'll be texting the what they said group chat. So the editor and Naomi, and I'm like, I'm here, and it's
That's
true
right.
though. At least you have us two and Naomi's icebreaker cards.
Yeah, that's most definitely. We're there to help support you guys as well. So you're not left floundering out there. So no, that's another bonus to our perfect match segment.
And what we'll also do is we'll also put the form out on the What They Said Facebook as well, so you could do it on either. So because we need men.
Look, we're always looking for more perfect match contenders.
Yeah, and look, you heard it here first. It works. Okay, it works.
So if you're feeling brave and want to give this a go, make sure to fill out the form on our Sydney Friends website. We'll tag everyone again.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you. And we'll talk into the new year, and we'll catch up soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
we're
Merry
looking forward
Christmas.
to catching up
This is
with
like
you
a
guys.
love actually sort of warm, fuzzy moment that we have here.
Most definitely.
I know. Thank you so much.
The too, and thank you
Thanks,
for everything.
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.
That was a fantastic episode, Lou.
What a great first Christmas special.
You know, I really thoroughly enjoyed having all our guests on the show.
Yeah, they were amazing. All the lads were, even my ex Jay.
Yes, we can actually refer to him as Jay on the show now.
And yeah, no, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed doing this with you live from Japan. Oh, wow. Okay, so now this is our New Year's special. Look how lucky you guys are.
Yes, so we'll be going through some New Year's resolution. We've had some special guests.
Yeah, we're bringing on the ladies this time.
Ladies, yes, what she said.
And you won't be getting your fortune read as well.
For 2024, yes, my turn. All that and have a Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas. And don't eat too much turkey, eh?